Hello everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here. Today, we're taking an incredible journey together into a true 20th century masterpiece, W.H. Auden's famous poem, The Night Mail. You know, Auden had this just extraordinary ability to take something industrial, something completely mechanical, and make it deeply profound. So we're going to explore exactly how he turns an everyday, ordinary mail route into a brilliant exploration of human connection and social responsibility. Trust me, we are diving right into one of the most intellectually rich and musically brilliant pieces of modern literature.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our train itinerary for today's Explainer. We'll start off by discovering the origins of the night mail. Then we'll look at the rhythm of the rails, take a quick break with the English planet, explore how the train is carrying human connection, and finally, we'll wrap up with the universal human need at the core of the poem.
First stop, discovering the night mail and the very unique origins of this poem.
So going back a bit, Wystan Hugh Auden was born in 1907, and as you probably know, he eventually became one of the absolute giants of 20th century English poetry. He's so admired for his keen observation of society and his incredible intellectual depth. But the really fascinating part is how this specific work came to be. Fast forward to 1935 and 1936. The Night Mail wasn't just, penned in some quiet room to be published in a standard poetry collection. Not at all. It was actually crafted as a verse commentary for a documentary film. The General Post Office, or GPO film unit, produced this documentary tracking the overnight mail train making its long trek from London all the way to Scotland. And Auden, who was known for perfectly blending simple, accessible language with these highly profound ideas, well, he was tasked with writing the poetry to accompany the moving visuals of this film. It's just such a unique origin story.
Section 2. The Rhythm of the Rails, where the poem literally imitates the locomotive. Notice how, right here, Auden's meter deliberately imitates the engine's chug and pace. Seriously, when you read or hear this poem, you are essentially experiencing the physical journey. It starts off slow, right? Mimicking the heavy, steep climb of the train up these really difficult gradients. You can almost hear that rhythmic, heavy striking of the wheels against the iron railway tracks. But then, and this is where it gets fun, as the train conquers the hills and levels out, the rhythm gathers this incredible, rapid momentum. The words just start racing across the countryside, speeding past farms, moors, and sleeping villages without a single interruption. The musical quality of the poem actually reinforces its meaning. The sound literally is the train. And this brilliantly illustrates one of the greatest contrasts in all of Auden's work. Think about it. On one side, we have this mechanical engine. It's powerful, it's determined, technology conquering challenging landscapes and awful weather with just relentless precision. But tucked away inside that cold machinery is an emotional payload. We're talking about paper envelopes holding incredibly delicate human emotions, joyful news, deep sympathies, business transactions, affectionate greetings, and those little hidden anxieties we all have. Auden so vividly contrasts the invincible cold iron of the locomotive with the vulnerable warm emotions it's carrying inside. It is just this perfect, beautiful coexistence of cold technology and warm human feeling. All right. Moving on to Section 3. Let's take a quick pause at this checkpoint to thank our proud sponsor, the English Planet.
The English Planet is deeply committed to preserving and sharing the profound beauty of English literature. And honestly, it is exactly this kind of dedication to literary study that allows us to unpack and really appreciate the timeless masterpieces of writers like W.H. Auden today. We're just incredibly grateful for their support in making educational explainers like this one possible for you guys.
Okay, jumping back in with Section 4, Carrying Connection, and focusing in on the mail's precious cargo.
Take a look at the diverse recipients of this mail. We've got wealthy businessmen, ordinary workers, families, lovers, children, the elderly, the whole shebang. Auden is really highlighting his democratic outlook here. He's giving equal, undivided importance to people of all social classes. Because let's face it, the night mail train, it doesn't care if you are rich or poor. It just works silently through the night to deliver your messages. And this proves that communication completely transcends wealth, occupation, and status. By carrying all these wildly diverse messages, the train becomes a silent witness to the joys, the hopes, and the sorrows of an entire nation. It represents this incredible professionalism and a beautiful spirit of public service, literally sustaining communities while most of the country is fast asleep.
Which brings us to our final stop, Section 5, a universal human need, and the deeper philosophical meaning of the poem.
All of this builds up to the ultimate takeaway.
captured perfectly in this thought. Every individual wishes to be remembered and valued. You see, underneath the mechanical rhythm of the train and the sheer efficiency of the postal service lies the true heartbeat of the poem. The night mail isn't just a public utility, it's a lifeline of hope. The simple arrival of a letter brings reassurance. It brings comfort. It bridges these vast physical distances and maintains relationships when people are separated by geography. Auden concludes with this deeply humane, almost touching realization. Nobody wants to feel forgotten. Therefore, human connection and communication, they aren't just mere conveniences. They are our absolute deepest, most universal human desire.
And that brings our literary journey today to a close. If you want to continue your own literary education, you can easily reach out to the English Planet using the contact information shown right here. They offer some truly fantastic online and classroom English classes. And hey, if you enjoyed this explainer, please make sure to like, share, and follow so we can keep bringing you these structured deep dives into incredible topics. But before we go, I want to leave you with one final thought, directly inspired by Auden's beautiful poem. In a world moving so incredibly fast, who will you write a letter to today? Think about it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.